Now we're going to create a new class for the Zoho app page. So I'll go over here and say Zoho app page. Right, and what all things we can do on the Zoho app page is, let's say, we can go to chat, we can go to CRM, and we can go to Sales IQ. So public void go to chat, public void go to CRM, public void go to Sales IQ. Right. Same web driver and constructor that is required over here as well. So constructor of class, it should be Zoho, not. How do we name the class? And it should be web driver and this dot driver equal to driver. Right. So first let's click on chat. So let's locate the element. Three matching nodes. So we can either take this one. So these are all different, right? So I'll say driver dot find element by dot xpath, this dot click, then driver dot find element by dot xpath, this dot click, and then this dot click. So here I'll be updating the xpath. And then this. So now if I want to go to the CRM, I need to create an object of Zoho app page. So I'll go over here and I'll say Zoho app page ZP equal to new Zoho app page. Right, and I'll say ZP dot go to CRM. So after login, go to CRM. So let's run this and check if it works fine. Then click on login. Enter the login credentials. And now it should click on CRM. It's taking a bit time. Let's wait. So then click. And let's see. Yeah, we encounter an error. What is this error? Fail to execute, evaluate, invalid. Okay. Select unable to locate an element with XPath. Okay, we have taken CSS and I was actually giving XPath. Let's run it once more. It's taking a lot of time. Well performed. Sign in. And let's see. It's taking so much time. Just give me a moment, guys. Let me close it. Okay, didn't click because I've closed it. Let me check what exactly the issue is. The issue with the application or what? Let's try to run it once more. So let's see. Yes, it performed login. And now after login, it should click on the CRM option. Wait. And now I think it clicked on CRM. Yes. And we are on the CRM homepage. Right. Still being loaded. Yeah. And the navigation over here should not be very slow because things are already loaded. If I go to leads, if I go to accounts, if I go to contacts, right, these things should not be very slow. Right. So initial whatever that we have written so far, everything is executed fine. But what we are doing over here is in every business page we are creating some common code over here. Let's say we are creating a constructor everywhere in the page, and we are passing on the same driver reference. So what we can do, whatever code that is common in all the business pages, we can make a super class of all pages, and we can keep all the common code inside that class. So it could be like I can create one base class over here, one base package. Name it as com.w2a.base. Inside it, I'm gonna create a new class and call it as a page class. Right. Now, if I talk about this page class, the relationship between pages and pages, it's like home page is a page, landing page, sorry, it's not landing, it's login page is app page. Then we have Zoho app page. It is also a page. So we have a is a relationship. So wherever we have is a relationship, then inheritance comes into the picture. Inheritance means that all these classes will treat page class as a parent class, right, as a super class, and these classes will be now child classes. So child can inherit the properties of a parent class, and when we are creating is a relationship, it means that all the child classes will gonna extend the page class, and page class will also will gonna contain all the common code that is there in all these page classes. So common code as in I'll call WebDriver over here. I'll say public WebDriver, and I'm gonna create a constructor like this, and here I can say driver equal to new Firefox driver, and driver dot get, and I'll give the URL as http zoho.com like this. then driver.manage.window.maximize, driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait for 10 seconds. So something like this I can give. Right. And then I'll import all these classes and we're gonna extend this page class over here like this. Extends page. Similarly, I'll go to each page class and extend the superclass like this. So what is the benefit of doing this? The benefit is that we need not to create a constructor everywhere because the driver reference we will be getting it from the page class. We are initializing the driver itself. So same driver reference will be passed in all the page classes like this. I'll remove it from here. Right, I'll remove it from here. And when we are removing the constructor inside our test, we need not to pass the driver reference in that case. Even this code, like WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver, we need to write it over here, Chrome driver. Right, later on we'll get it logically if from the properties file itself, if the browser is Chrome, go for Chrome browser. If it is Firefox, go for Firefox browser. So I'll just take this system property as well and declare it over here. Right, and then in the test we need not to write these things as well. So this is what you're gonna see in your test classes, right? Although this is a rough package, but this is how our test cases will gonna look like. You're not gonna find any driver instance in your test cases. You're not gonna see anything that is driver.findElement or driver.get anything like that, because the driver reference will be there inside your pages, your business pages, right? And now let's say if you run this, what will gonna happen as soon as you create an object of homepage class, the very first thing that happen is the call of a constructor of a superclass. So as soon as you create homepage class object, it will gonna give a call to the page class constructor, because page is like a superclass to the home page. So as soon as a page class constructor is called, it will gonna set the system property for Chrome driver and will launch Chrome and will perform all these actions. So it will initialize your global driver with new Chrome driver. And now the driver will be initialized. So the same driver is actually being used in all these classes. This driver is actually coming from the base page class itself. Right. So if I run this thing now, you're going to see that it will actually going to perform login and from the same driver reference itself. See, as soon as home page object is created, it has actually launched the browser, the Chrome driver. And now it's navigating to zoho.com, will maximize the window and will perform login. The application seems to be a bit slow. Wait for a few seconds. Okay, it's taking so much time. Let me close it. It's not proceeding further either. Right, let's run it once more. Try to switch the network once again. Okay. So see what happens. It has not performed login and it has launched a new window. See, the login is not performed. And again, it is navigating to zoho.com. And let's see what it will do. It will now maximize the page. Right, and here it is still running. It has not performed login, but it has opened up a new window. And still it is looking for elements. And see, we got an error saying that no such frame exception. This is because it has not yet gone to the new login page. What happens over here? See, whenever an object of a class is created, it will give a call to the constructor of a super class. So super class constructor is launching Chrome and navigating to Zoho.com and doing all these things. Next time, what happened? I mean, the login got successful. This is because the very first test was a login test. Then we were creating an object of login page. So as soon as the login page object is created, it this login page has also got a super class as a page class. So when you create an object of login class as well, login page as well, it will again give a call to the page class constructor. And again, it will launch a new browser. That is the reason, I mean, we have seen a new browser opening up after performing login. And on the new browser, it will actually look for the frame stuff. Right, but it has not performed logged in yet. It has not performed login yet. So, but we are on the page where it when we create an object of login page, it actually calls the constructor of a page class. That is the reason. I mean, a new instance of Chrome driver has been created, which is directly calling the method do login without navigating to the home page. That is the reason we encounter this error. So what we want that every time a new object should not be created. So there are many ways to do it. Either like create it as a static, right? See, if in case you are doing parallel execution, like in the previous data-driven framework, we have seen some parallel execution as well. There we have not created anything as static, because if you are making things static, then you are actually running it with the same driver reference. But if you want that for every test, a new browser should be launched and the test should run parallelly and all the actions should be performed accordingly, then you should not make it static. So over here, we are not following that approach. I will be creating a new framework, like I talked about page object model extended one, where we will be doing some parallel execution as well. Then we're gonna completely change this architecture. But this is a very basic approach that we are trying to understand right now, right? So I'll make it static and I'll say if the driver equal to null. So static means whatever value that is assigned at the very beginning, it will gonna hold that value. And then if the value is null, then only create an object of Chrome driver. I mean, if the very first time what happens is very first time home page object is created and then the page constructor is called. It will check if the driver is null. Yes, the very first time driver is null. It will gonna assign driver to new Chrome driver. Next time, when login page object is created, it will again give a call to the page constructor and will check driver is null, but driver is already holding a value of Chrome driver. So it will not go inside it and will continue with the same driver reference. So what happens if I run this thing now, this will absolutely gonna work up till end. So go on to login and now see it worked, right? Entered the login credentials and now going to the last step, that is clicking on CRM, and all steps executed fine without an issue, without a new page opening all the time, right? So this is how by making things static we have actually achieved this functionality, right? And a new object is not created all the time, right?